I think this will go pretty well today because I have been doing my best to present the other sections just the same way that this one needs to be presented. So now that we are actually here, it should come across as exactly what we've been doing the last 2 days. And so if that's the case, this will probably make sense right away. Okay, so y equals square root of x, y equals 0, x equals 4. So that's going to be a region created from those equations. So I'm going to draw those first to figure out the region.
Maybe because I just like walked over. It's weird.
Does it also imply that there would be like it would be bounded above x equals 0?
It's the region created by the equations they give.
Right.
And if one of them is curved, then it's entirely possible that it doesn't need 4.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so here's the 3 equations that we were given. We were given y equals 0, we were given y equals square root of x, and we were given x equals 4. And so it creates this kind of little triangular arc shape. And we were told that this shape that we just created is going to be revolved around the line y equals 4. So the axis of symmetry is this dotted line above it. Okay, Leo, now that we have rolled 3-1, do you remember how we were supposed to figure out little r and big R? So the fact that my shape is not sitting directly on the axis of symmetry tells me this is going to be a washer method, and it's going to need a little r, big R. So I wrote down yesterday how we figure out little r, big R. Or do you just remember how to find it?
Is it like...
They both are going to start at the axis of symmetry.
Right, so it starts at...
Dotted line. Sure.
and then it's the distance to the line.
So the distance from the axis of symmetry to the object is going to be little r. The distance from the axis of symmetry to the outside of the object is big R. And then we are going to do the exact same as the last couple days, where each one of these lines, we're going to find their length by looking at top minus bottom or right minus left. Okay, so outer radius that's written over here is referring to big R. Inner is little r. Okay, so big R, we have a top, we have a bottom. Hannah, did you want to roll again?
Yes.
Okay. What happens if we get 3-1 again?
Then I get to call on someone.
That's fair.
Yeah.
2-9.
2-9. I don't know. You haven't even been here for like a week. Okay?
I have no idea what to do.
I appreciate that volunteering.
If I had to guess, the outer radius, which is big R, is I think y equals 0, and the inner radius, which is little r, would be the square root of x.
What did you say, big R?
Big R is 0. Or like
A length of 0?
Sorry, it's a length of 4, but it's along the y equals 0.
I got what you're saying. Yep. Okay, so big R, the top of big R is at a height of 4, which never changes. The bottom of big R is actually also at a height that never changes, which is 0. So big R is 4 minus 0. Little r, the top is still at 4, just like the other one. But the bottom of little r does change height, and it changes according to y equals square root of x. So it would be 4 minus square root of x. I don't know what method even means. That must mean washer method. Okay, so let's write the integral that would find this volume. So, actually we should call on somebody. I've been writing awful lot.
4-1.
4-1.
Hey.
Braden, the rig is in.
Yeah.
What?
What?
You got rolled.
What?
I'm like, why
I mean,
is
this
he
is,
reacting?
yeah, this is why you usually steal the rolling every time so that you don't have to answer. Okay, now, in fairness, you are the light person, and I'm pretty sure you've done it all year long.
What? Oh, yeah.
I didn't think that was too controversial.
Yeah, I didn't know what you, yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to let you decide if you want to answer or not. Because you've been doing that, he's been doing that job all year.
I'd rather follow along.
I don't know what that means.
So no.
Oh, okay.
2-6.
6. Audrey? Who would have thought the rolling would be so controversial today? Wait, are you passing?
Yeah.
I didn't even ask a question.
I have no clue.
She wasn't here.
Okay. Okay, that's true.
4-5.
We're setting a bad precedent, though. Now everybody's just like, nope, 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 nope. Jimmy? Oh, I appreciate you answering. Okay, good. Do you think you could help me fill out the integral that would find the volume of this? I can guide you, help you, whatever, if you want to. I'll spot you the integral symbol. Okay. Vertical, so that means I want X numbers, beginning and end. So where do I put those numbers in this problem? Okay, 0 to 4 on the integral. Good? I heard you say 0 on the bottom, yeah. Anything else? Do you even remember the formula we used for washer method? Because that is actually pretty important.
So pi would be
Okay, we can do that.
big R squared minus y squared.
Perfect job. This one's going to be dx because everything is vertical. And big R and little r we figured out up top. So you can just kind of put those in place of it. Okay, 0 to 4. Big R is just 4. So 4 squared, 16. Sorry, go ahead. Yep.
Are we ever going to get a case where we're revolving something around a line that isn't horizontal?
Can you? Yes. Are we? No.
For the sake of our sanity, thank you.
Well, I mean, the whole point is you learn how to do it to start with, and then as you get better at doing something, then you can kind of throw twists and curves and then they aren't such a big deal. It would be a big deal right now.
It's not going to show the
No.
What shape would that make?
Are you talking about this particular one, rotating it?
Yeah.
Do you know what a bundt cake looks like?
Yes.
It's kind of like a backwards bundt cake, where the outside of the bundt cake would be flat and perfectly circular, but the inside would look like the bundt cake pan.
So it's like a circle, basically?
So here, I'll try to draw it.
It's a funnel, but the outside is actually just one solid block.
It's
Like,
like
it
a
just feels like-
cylindrical.
So,
You just took a cylinder and poured it on the center.
There should be a website that allows you to like.
It's a cylindrical bundt cake.
The
Yeah,
revolve tool.
Yeah.
well, I mean, there is programs that do it. So up on top would be the same shape. It kind of looks like a roll of toilet paper with a wide opening.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It basically looks exactly like a bundt cake pan to me, but except the outside of bundt cakes isn't like straight up and down.
So with the formula we use, why is it r squared pi?
Pi r squared?
Yeah.
Ah, I got what you're asking. Okay, so what we are integrating, I don't know if you remember from a couple days ago, we are integrating the area of the cross-section to get volume. So if I were to take a knife and slice this, actually it's probably super easy for us just to look at the outside that I drew. If I were to take a knife and slice this, the cross-section would be this. And that shape is 2 circles. So to find the area of that shape, I would do pi r squared of the big circle minus pi r squared of what was cut out. And us integrating that area, it adds up all of those cross sections, and that would give us the volume. Does that kind of help?
Yeah.
Okay. How about anybody else? How about the rest of this go okay?
Yeah, I just forgot to foil the first thing.
Yeah, that would make a big difference to foil it. But yeah, it'll still end up being power rule on every term.
I'm so stupid.
Okay, I'm not going to finish this. Why do you guys feel like I need to finish every integral for you?
Because then on the test, I know how to, like, finish the process.
It's the same thing.
But you're not going to have this same one on the test.
Yeah, but I can use my notes.
No one saw it.
Ah, I understand what you're saying. You're not talking about the AP test.
That's why
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here.
You're talking about being able to use your notes on the actual chapter
I'm trying
test.
to show you, right?
I completely understand that. That is a very good point.
Fraction form.
I will finish this one. I mean, just so you guys do know, I do post the answer keys to these every day too.
So we are allowed to use the notes on the actual test.
Yes. So because we had to give the test in a weird situation, we thought it'd be pretty fair for you to be able to use your notes on the test.
Wait, can we do this?
So did you get 16 minus
You're not allowed to print them out if that's what you're asking.
times x
You actually have to put
plus x?
the work in.
Dang it.
Okay, so I've got pi times the integral 0 to 4, and I'm going to simplify this. 16 minus 16, so that cancels out. Oh no, I suppose I better write it. Okay. Fine. So 16 minus 8 root x plus x.
Yeah.
So pi integral 0 to 4. You don't have to kick her lunch just because you're mad about the notes. 8 root x
Salty there.
minus x. Integrating 8x to the half would be 8x to the 3 halves times 2/3
16 thirds.
minus a half x squared from 0 to 4. At least a 0 will be nice. Pi times, oh my gosh. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. Oh gosh. 64 times 2 is 128 thirds. 2 thirds times 8. I don't know if that helped.
16 minus 16.
Oh, we'll get this.
I was halfway thinking about a different line. I stopped thinking about the answer. Yeah, 8. And then minus 0?
Yep.
Okay, 128.
128?
What?
On that top there, is that 128?
If I did it right in my head.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So pi times 128 thirds minus 24 thirds, which gives me 104. Where the heck did I write a 2 from? 104 pi thirds. At least it wasn't 32 thirds, Andrew.
That's what we got. 104 pi thirds.
That's what you got too?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Both of us.
Are your decimal tests going to be calculators, or do you have to like?
Start that all over. You said that way too fast for me.
Are your tests that we're taking going to be calculator, or do you have to like do all this stuff together?
Why are you thinking of the tests we're going to take later?
It's better to be prepared.
I haven't even written them.
Oh, okay.
I've been focused on trying to get you ready for the AP test.
They procrastinate equally as much as.
The chapter tests have not even remotely crossed my mind yet. You're asking if we're gonna use calculator or not, like,
I know when they calculate 104 pi thirds by hand again.
why? If I can do that, you guys can do that.
Yeah, we did. It was scarring.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, anybody wanna ask me any questions on anything I wrote up there? I might have written something way too sloppy for you to read. I can erase it and fix it. Is it about this question?
Yes.
Okay,
Why do we always use pi again? Or is it just like a statement?
it's a circle.
Oh, okay. So, that makes sense.
So the cross section is a circle, and we are finding the area of the circle. And by integrating the area of the circle, it adds up all of the areas to find the volume.
So basically, unless it's a straight line, it's always going to be the circle.
Anytime you find a volume by rotating and revolving, automatically circle. Oh, okay. The only time it's not going to be a circle is the questions we had in 8.4, 5, where you had a shape, two-dimensional shape that was the base, and then you were told that there were shapes that were coming out perpendicular. So that's the only case where it's going to be a different cross-section. But you'll be told what it is instead. These, anytime you use the word revolve, rotate, it's a circle. Why don't you guys see if you can do number 3 on your own? See how it goes. Basically, just set up the integral. Don't take the time yet to answer it, but set up the integral, see if we can figure that part out. You got this. We should take this Snickers as a drawing somehow. We should figure out somehow to make this a prize today. That was what I took off the cart for Teacher Appreciation Week, and I definitely want it.
But he's just giving it up, so he's trying.
I'm trying not to eat it. So if I give it away, then I definitely won't eat it. My doctor would yell at me if I ate this. And I have a doctor appointment next Thursday. And they'll know.
Just wait till after that.
I like how you think I could sit this Snickers in front of me for a week and a half and not eat it.
Hide it, or one of us will hide it, and then we'll.
Well, that's why I'm just giving it away, so you can eat it. I can always go buy one later. I have no willpower, I guess, on candy. I have no willpower. This is about knowing one's self.
I think it's the. Wait.
And I have never had willpower.
Because it's another touchdown. So have you about this? Like this is what's going on. But it has to be above the x-axis.
So the final answer can't be negative, but you could have a negative in the front to make the final answer positive. So like if the numbers are reversed, like you're saying, all that matters is the final answer is positive.
Should the points intersection be absolute?
I haven't even done it yet, so I don't know.
I'm like.
4 minus x squared. Okay, so we go up to 4.
Negative x squared.
Yeah, so it's down. Yeah.
Okay, there's a bad parabola, but we're going with it. 4 minus x squared y equals 0. Oh, okay, well that's just that. Bless you. Okay, so then this would cross at plus and minus 2. Because if I set them equal, I would get plus and minus 2. Okay. My guess is you would have figured out the equation by now if you kind of knew how to set it up. So drawing it, big R should be, the top is on the curve, 4 minus x squared. The bottom is on -1. So when you do top 4 minus x squared minus -1, it ends up being +1. So 4 minus x squared plus 1, or you could just write 5 minus x squared. And then little r, I almost totally screwed that up. There's supposed to be a minus between them. I wrote a plus. Little r squared, top is at a height of 0, the bottom is a height of -1, so 0 minus -1. Shoot, I wrote plus over here too. Why didn't you guys yell at me? Big R squared minus little r squared. Because we're taking the big area and subtracting out the whole. Okay, I suppose you want me to finish this one too, huh? This is where I really want the smartboard back, because I'd have somebody just go up there and write their work. I'm sure you guys would hate that, but... What?
What happened to the smartboard?
It doesn't work. It's 13 years old.
It did a few years ago.
Oh, wow. Great.
I was shocked they last longer than like 5 years.
In Algebra 2, we use the smartboard.
Oh yeah, I use it all the time.
Did it just break?
It's just the connection isn't very good, and it doesn't really work well with the M1 chip. Old technology trying to merge with new technology. Oh, these are gonna. Yeah, -1 at the very end.
Oh, awesome.
I just put them together.
This other one busted.
This is definitely going to be a large number, isn't it? This isn't even a calculator one. What's going on?
I mean, you can do it in your head, it's just tedious. Or you can do it on a calculator.
Is this one symmetric? Can I double it? I'm definitely doubling it. I'm going to put a 2 pi in the front and double it and go from 0 to 2. So 0 will be real nice.
So anytime you double it, the bottom number is 0.
Well, so the original numbers were -2 to 2. So those were kind of symmetric to begin with. And the shape itself, looking at it, is symmetric. So I could just do 0 to 2 for nicer numbers and then double it. 48 minus 80/3 plus 32/5. That's good numbers. You know what? I'm just going to pretend like I did this. I know I can do it. I've been doing this all day. My brain hurts. I've been doing this all year. 5 hours a day. 416/15 times 2. 832/15. 832 pi 15ths. Okay. It seemed like most of you had that original one set up pretty good, though. So that's pretty awesome if you did. That's a really good start. I can. I'm assuming you'll want me to do one vertical one like this, probably. And then I'll definitely go to one that's just more difficult. It's not like that much more difficult. It's just... I wasn't planning on doing all 9 examples, just. Braden, do you still need it?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Does anybody else want this page up there? Somebody was making a noise. I couldn't tell if that was a yes or a no.
I think that was a move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should trust you, Braden, but we'll go with it. Okay, so this one is a vertical axis of rotation, which would mean that everything's going to be in terms of y. So y equals x squared is not in terms of y, but it might be. So I'm just going to make a sketch and then kind of see, well, let's just pretend that's a good sketch. Okay, y equals 4. Okay, that's right here. Not very flat, but we'll go with it. About the line x equals, okay, well, that's not terrible. So this is the shape we are rotating. This is actually a bundt cake. Angel food cake. I'm not actually that hungry. I was just, like, a lot of these shapes make weird food shapes.
He just so happened to be calculating the volume.
Yes.
of a bunch of food.
I'm not trying to torture you by talking about various foods.
Well, it doesn't matter about the intent, I still. I just had lunch too, but talking about food this much makes me sad.
All right, you can do it. Just stop. I'm literally giving away Snickers so I don't eat it, and you're just like torturing me. Okay, so little r would be from here to the object. Big R to the outside of the object. We should definitely call on people. Hannah, I totally forgot you had the. I assumed that's why you're. Okay, sorry. What'd you say? 3.
It was almost always. Oh, wait, no, I was 4. That's real. Yeah, my bad. I thought we were real.
Did we go from 5 to 4?
You did.
Was that to go from a person to an empty desk?
There's some games.
Wow.
You can roll over.
I can't imagine why Hannah has never rolled before. It sounds like she's just changing the numbers at will. Okay, Hannah, keep rolling. Keep rolling. It sounds like people are starting to pay off Hannah. 3-2. So I was hoping you could help me figure out little r, big R. So let's do little r first. What's the right-hand side of little r? The right-hand side of little r. You gave me the left-hand side.
Oh, I think you the right hand side of like y equals x squared.
Gotcha. No.
So the right hand would be x equals 3.
Yep. And then the left-hand side is, I think, with the equation you gave me, we would have to change y equals x squared and write it as x equals plus and minus square root of y. Because we're going horizontally, this is all going to be in terms of y. So you said the right curve, the right half of the curve is square root of y. The left half of the curve is negative square root of y. Okay, so square root of y is that side. Yes, go ahead.
Couldn't we have done it the other way?
They told us which way to do it. Are you talking about which way to rotate?
No, like which way to like not really measure it, but do it in terms of x instead of in terms of y.
So the only way we can do that is if the information we're reading is vertical, because then we use the x's in the equations. But on this particular one, because we are rotating this way, all of the measurements that we take are from axis of rotation out. So that kind of just dictates which way we have to do it. The way it's being rotated dictates how it's going to be read. Yeah, this one would definitely be a lot easier if it was rotated the other direction. Hannah, without cheating again.
I didn't cheat the last time.
You have cheated about 4 times.
One and one.
How about big R? Oh yeah, I wrote little r first, didn't I?
So what that would be, yeah. Or big R would be,
What's the right-hand side of big R?
um,
I don't know if you can read that.
that's,
It's a good thing you picked the last spot in the room. What? That is a 3, yes.
or yeah, that's y and then root y, so it'd be,
So 3 on the right, negative root y on the left.
so it'd be root plus
Perfect.
root.
3 minus negative root y, so it'd actually be plus. Yep, good. Okay, so pi integral, uh-oh, I know what we forgot. We forgot numbers. Yeah, we should roll. This will probably be a cruel roll.
3, 5.
3. I'm sorry, but that's karma. Okay, what numbers do I put on the integral?
0 and 4.
Okay, where are we getting that from?
Hannah.
Do you trust Hannah?
I would say 4 because if it's like
Are we measuring up and down, or are we measuring left and right?
left and right.
I feel like you're just guessing.
No, left and right because the 3 is on the right, and then the 2 points are on the sides, not on up and down. So I feel like it's left to right.
It is definitely up and down. So we are going to start at 0. No, that's okay. That's why I want to purposely ask the question, because I want to make sure you guys kind of get used to it. So when I drew the radius like flat like this, that's kind of telling me how I'm measuring. So my first measurement would be the radius at the bottom. My last measurement would be the radius at the top. So basically, if I move this radius up and down, that's how it's being measured. If it's vertical radius, then your radius is moving left and right, and that's how you measure it. So my first measurement would be at 0. Last measurement would be at 4, which Hannah gave. She supplied you with good info. You didn't trust her.
I did trust her.
Granted, I wouldn't either after she called on you twice. Yeah.
I said left and right.
Well, you gave me the wrong answer and I put this one time, so you gotta come in.
I usually don't. Like I usually try not to give away an answer. Okay, big R squared minus little r squared. You did very good. I mean, you had a lot of confidence even though you did not want to answer. That's what I meant by you did very good.
No, you don't have to do top minus bottom. That's how you do it.
If you already knew all of these answers, you wouldn't need to take this class.
But you still have to do top minus bottom.
No, because like,
Figure out what R is.
Yeah. Double what I did.
Before I was not asking.
You still have to do top minus bottom.
Okay, this one's not symmetrical if that's what you were, I thought I heard somebody say doubling. This one won't be symmetrical because the shape that's being rotated wouldn't be the same size on top and bottom. That's where the symmetrical would have to be. Like if you decided to do 0 to 2 or something, it would have to look the same on top and bottom. Okay, so pi 0 to 4. This is another terrible equation. Okay, so 9 plus 6 root y plus y. Are you saying double it because of these two?
No, because it looks symmetrical.
It's definitely not. I think what, Maria, I think what you're saying is it's symmetrical like this. Okay. But when you say double it, doubling it would be, instead of using 0 to 4, you would use 0 to 2 and double it.
Oh, wait, just kidding.
And so in that case, it would have to be symmetrical that direction.
I don't know, we could like see it.
Minus 9 plus 6 root y minus y? Yeah, because it'd be 9 minus 6 or y plus y. Okay, so some of this cancels out.
Without the parentheses, it's 9 minus 6 plus y, but you have to.
Those double, those cancel. Oh, this is actually pretty easy.
Yeah, so you just get 12 squared.
This actually has very little work. Nearly everything cancels out when you simplify it. So 12 times 2/3, 24 thirds. I guess that's 8. 8, y to the 3 halves. 0 to 4. 2 cubed, 8, 64. 0. 64 pi. Whew. I was worried that one was going to work out really bad.
So she finally made one that didn't work out bad.
It is really hard to make a calc problem that works.
8, 9, and 10 are calculator questions.
As somebody who has tried to make questions before, it's very hard.
To write the units cubed or unit root of in like the AP test?
Almost guaranteed. Now, on the AP test, the free response questions, there's very few that they don't give you a unit for. So there would most undoubtedly be like inches, feet, something like that. So, but definitely labeling every question on the free response is a good idea. Over information is better than under information. I know it's annoying, and you only get 15 minutes to finish 4 parts of a question that's super hard, and then you do 6 of them in a row. I was going to say, I thought there was one on this page. Should we go for this one?
Sure.
Or would you guys prefer time to work like we had yesterday, or do you want me to just keep going? Okay, so these questions are in the answer key that I have posted. And if you want to take a look at that, and if you look at it and something's not making sense, I can certainly go over that with you individually. But this example 9 is about as hard as it'll run into. Okay, so we have about a half hour left, and I would try some of the questions in 8.7. We are officially done with all of calc material.
Oh my God.
So tomorrow I'll just go over things that'll be on the AP tests. I'll just go over details of what you'll expect.
Yeah, not all the content that will be on the AP test.
Friday. Oh, wait. We should have an honest roll. So, shaking your hands first, and the first person that would like it that gets rolled, because I know not everybody wants it.
4, 8.
Would you like the Snickers?
I would, thank you.
You like freaked out.
That's you!
I couldn't tell if you were mad. I couldn't tell if you were mad because you really wanted the Snickers. Oh, wow. There you go. You should use it as bait. Be like, if you get here on time, you can have this on Friday.